my beautiful yogis. It's summertime. Can you feel that rising energy? So today I am going to get into Hatha for summer. We're going to be doing poses that deal with the heart meridians, which run down your arms. The heart also is associated with your subscapularis muscle, which is right underneath your shoulder blades. So anyway, I'm going to get into some delicious, juicy things to open up those meridians and better serve us during this hot, fun season. So everybody join me. Let's take a seat. Finding your comfortable seated position, wiggling your bum, finding those sit bones, lengthening through your spine, tucking your chin slightly, aligning all the vertebrae, therefore aligning all your chakras. Hands down on your knees, softening your elbows in towards your body. And I always invite you, if this bothers you to sit in this position, to grab a bolster or even a pillow off your bed, rolled up towel, and just elevate your hips a little bit higher than your knees. We're going to inhale deeply through the nose into the tummy. And let it out with the H-A, ha, heart sound. Ha. Inhale into the tummy. And let it out with the heart sound. One more, really feeling that vibration in your heart. And now we're going to transition to cat-cow, neutral tabletop. Making sure your shoulders are just in front of your wrists to protect them. Feeling your fingertips press into the ground. Tuck those toes under, arch that back. Inhale, look up. And exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine and look in. Tuck those toes under, arch and look up. Untuck those toes, round and look in. 2 more, slow. And last one. And then keeping your knees a little bit wide, sinking your hips back. You can open them a little bit wider or keep them close together. And walk yourself down. Child's pose. If your head does not reach the ground, you can always use a block or keep that support under your hips and use a block. Whatever you have to do, it's still yoga. And continue breathing. Inhale through the nose for a count of 5 or 6. And exhale through the nose for a count of 6 or 7. During the summer, we want to accentuate that yang energy, but also in the middle of the day when it's the hottest time, tend to search out a little bit cooler, calming activities as you need to nurture that heart too. Excessive heat is not a good thing. And one more nice, slow, deep breath. And then inhale, engage your core. And walk your hands towards your body. And then thread your right arm underneath your left. And again, if you want, you can use a block between your head and the ground if your head doesn't come all the way. You can leave your hand resting on the side, or you can wrap it around and grab your opposite thigh. Just doing a little bind if that feels good today. Never pushing yourself. Always having sensitive honesty with where you are in your body and mind today. And one more breath. And then pressing through your left hand, come up. Unthread your right arm. Now left arm underneath right. You guessed it. And doing exactly what you did on the other side. So if you used a block to support yourself, left your arm by your side, or came into your tiny bind. Always doing exactly what we do on the other side to create the balance. And two more nice, slow, deep breaths. Always challenging yourself. How slow can you breathe? Right hand comes down, press through it to rise up. Coming back to neutral tabletop. Tuck those toes under, raise your hips up and back. Coming on to down dog. And maybe your legs are not straight all the way yet. You can bend and just walk your knees out. Loosening things up. Or maybe your heels are all the way down and your toes can lift up. Or you can keep a gentle bend in your knees and rest your tummy on your thighs, releasing that lower back. And then bend your knees deeply, gaze through your hands, and rock towards the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Then bending those knees again, rooting through your heels. Unfurl your spine to come to standing. Shoulders roll back and down. Exhale. And lifting hands and arms up. Bringing them into prayer. Mindfully bringing that prayer down as we forward fold, keeping that straight spine all the way down. Bending into those knees, placing your hands down. Step that right foot back, coming onto supported lunge. Energetic straight line from the crown of your head to the heel of your right foot. And bringing your right knee down, untuck your right toes, hips down and forwards. You can always bring your hands right up to your knee if you need to, or sweeping those hands and arms up. And then because it's summer, open those arms. Send your heart towards heaven. Express extra joy and celebration for this vibrant time in life. And then with the next exhale, hands come down. Tuck your right toes under, raise your right leg up. Square your hips, tuck your tailbone, engage your core. And sweep those arms up. And again, open. Sending that heart up to the sky. And smiling. And breathing. And then exhale. Straightening your left knee as much as is possible. You can always keep a bend and bowing towards it. Your hands can come up onto blocks or all the way down on the ground. And if you don't have blocks, you can always tense your fingers like Spider-Man, or do knife blades or fists. And then trying to bow, bringing your body towards the inside of your left leg. Feeling a big stretch in the back of that left knee. This is the fountain of youth pose. Can't you feel yourself getting younger? And then bend into that left knee, bringing your right foot to meet your left. Exhale, fold. Then bend those knees, root through those heels, unfurl your spine. Shoulders roll back and down. Then inhale, arms up. Bringing them into prayer and down to heart center. Exhale, hinge from the hips, mindfully folding. Hands coming down, bend into those knees, sending your left leg back. Supported lunge. And again, tuck your chin slightly, keeping that energetic straight line from the crown of your head to the heel now of your left foot. One more nice slow breath. Then dropping your left knee, untuck your left toes, sending your hips down and forwards. And again, if you did this, come right up to your knee, or sweeping your arms up, and exhale. Send that heart to the heavens. And then inhale, and exhale, hands come down. Tuck those left toes under, raise your left knee up. Square your hips, tuck your tailbone, engage your core. Rise up to high lunge. Making sure your right knee's bent 90 degrees. And exhale. Heart opening. Feel that chest open, expansive. Letting in all the positive energy and light. And then exhale, folding. Again, you can always keep a bend in your knee. And only straightening as much as is possible, bowing, bringing your body towards the inside of your right leg. One more nice slow breath. And then bending into your right knee deeply, sending your right foot back, coming on to plank, and then taking your vinyasa. If you want to come down to your knees to come through, you can, or coming straight down, slide through up dog. Tuck your toes and down dog. And one more nice slow breath here. And then right leg goes up high, high as you can. square your hips, press your body towards your left leg. And then bring that right foot between your hands. Left foot rotates out 45 degrees, keeping a 90-degree bend. Square those hips, tuck your tailbone, engage your core, and come up. Warrior one. Ground down through the outer edge of that left foot. You can always bend your left knee to square your hips, and then straighten your leg. Always trying to center your hips towards the front. And then exhale. Open that heart again. One more breath. Then hands together in prayer, putting some pressure onto them, feeling your core through your hands. Roll off your back left toes, lean forward slightly, and then you can just tap your toes and balance check, or left leg up and back. Coming on to warrior three. You can bring your hands out in front, or again, bringing them to the side. And then exhale. Hands come down to the ground or onto blocks. And then you could just kick through your left leg or bring it up as high as you possibly can into standing splits. And breathe. And then exhale, gracefully landing your left foot. Hands come down firmly, bending into that right knee. Send your right foot back, come on to plank, and take your vinyasa. And exhale, down dog. And down dog will eventually become that resting pose. Breathing here. Finding your space. Then left leg goes up, high as you can. Press your body towards that right leg. And then bring in your left foot between your hands. Right foot rotates out 45 degrees. Square your hips, tuck your tailbone, engage your core, and come up. Warrior one. I always feel strong in warrior, I love them. And now ground down through the outer edge of that right foot. Bending into your left knee 90 degrees, tracking it towards your second toe. And then exhale. Open your heart to the sky. And one more breath. Really bringing those shoulder blades together behind your body. And then bringing your hands into prayer, right in the middle of your chest, at your sternum, putting some pressure. Roll off those back right toes. Lean, engage that core. And you can just toe tap, check your balance. Or right leg up and back. Warrior three. Always remembering that tight muscles are light muscles. And again, you can bring your arms forwards or out to the sides. Whoop. And today, remember, ground down through that big left toe. And exhale. Hands come down to blocks or onto the ground. And you can just kick into that back right foot or sending it up. Coming into standing splits. And then exhale, gracefully landing that right foot. Bending into your left knee, hands down firmly. Send your left foot back, come on to plank. and vinyasa. And we'll meet each other in down dog. And one nice slow breath. Then bend those knees, gaze through those hands. Walk towards the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And hands can come to shins or thighs for half lift, making sure your back is straight. Mine have to be at my thighs for that to happen. And then exhale, fold. Bend your knees, rooting through those heels, relaxing your head and neck, unfurl your spine. Shoulders roll back and down, exhale. And then facing the lengthwise of your mat. Stepping your feet out wide, hands onto your hips, and hinging from them, exhale, forward fold. Coming into a wide leg forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows and dangle here. Or reaching your hands back and stretching your spine. Then I'd like you to bring your right hand down, lining it up with your shoulder, keeping your hips level. Left hand and arm go up towards the sky. Twisting is coming from your low back. And maybe you can gaze up towards your left fingers. Inhale. And exhale. Left arm comes down. Replace it where your right hand was. And then inhale, right arm up. And square those hips. Maybe right arm could go back a little further. And maybe your gaze could be towards those right fingers. Inhale. And exhale, right arm comes down. And then I'd like you to slowly bend your knees and roll up. Point your toes out 45 degrees. Hands come into prayer and squat. We're going to stay here in horse stance for a few breaths. So really feeling the heat and the energy between your palms. Noticing your heart beating. Is it fast? Is it slow? Is your breathing calm? Feeling the strength of your legs, the connection with your heart. Close your eyes and 2 more breaths. Inhale, 5 or 6. And exhale, 6 or 7. Hands coming onto your thighs, straightening your legs. And then heel toe your feet till they come back to inner hip width apart. I'm going to face the front so you can see me. Reaching your hands up, bringing them into prayer, down to heart center, up onto your toes, toe balance. focus, think about pressing down and then bending your knees and slowly coming down. You can always do this at the wall if you don't have as good balance, and stopping right before you get to your heels. And then landing gracefully. No hands. Ta-da! Now keeping those knees bent, you can assist by using your hands underneath your thighs, flexing into those feet and bringing them parallel, 90 degrees, coming into boat pose, balancing on those sits bones. Working our core, stoking the fire. You can also check your balance. Release your legs, bring your hands out. Are you breathing? And maybe you can straighten your legs. Arms come up. Or stay in the first position. Back down to 90. And then gracefully landing your feet. Hands onto your shins, straightening your spine. And exhale, slowly unfurl. Come to laying on your back. And then hugging those knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice hug and squeeze. And maybe rocking from side to side if this feels good for you. And then releasing both feet down. Hooking your right foot outside your left. And then reaching for underneath your left thigh or your left shin. Coming into lying down, figure 4. Flexing into both feet. Don't roll to either side. Stay right in the center. Then with your right elbow, pushing your right leg out. And then with your left leg and the strength of your arms, bringing that left leg towards your body. And then flattening your tailbone into the earth. And breathe. And maybe with every exhale you can find just a micromillimeter more of space. And pulling those legs in. Pressing that tailbone down. And then exhale. Releasing your left leg, bringing your left foot down, unhooking your right, and we switch sides. Left foot hooks outside your right knee, flex into both feet, reach. And again, if you reach for your thigh, do the same, or if you were holding your shin, do that. This side may feel completely different, and that's okay. Find your center and pull those legs in. Pull your right leg in, press your left leg out. Flatten that tailbone to the earth. Two more breaths. And then releasing your right leg, unhooking your left, and then hug both knees in, give yourself a nice hug and squeeze. Maybe gentle rocking. And keeping your right leg bent, straightening your left. Rolling completely onto your left side. Opening your right hand and arm out 90 degrees away from your body. And maybe you can gaze towards your right fingers. If you have tight shoulders, you can also do half goalpost arm and bend the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, twist. Two more nice slow breaths. Grounding your solar plexus chakra. The element is fire. The color is yellow. That allows us to be confident. Then inhale, engage your core, slowly roll back. Hug those knees into your chest. And squeeze. Keeping that left knee bent, straightening your right leg. Roll completely onto your right side. And then left hand and arm open out to the left, 90 degrees away from your body. Or you can keep it bent. With every inhale, finding length through the spine. And with every exhale, let go. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release. With the next inhale, engage your core and roll back to center. Hugging those knees into your chest, give yourself a hug and squeeze. And maybe rocking. And then reaching for the outer edges of your feet or for your big toes. Bending at the knees, bringing them towards your armpits. And flattening your tailbone against the earth. Grounding your root chakra. So important to always be grounding. And maybe gentle rocking from side to side. Maybe one leg out at a time. And rocking. Or maybe both legs out straight. And rocking. And then bringing your feet together. Releasing them down to the earth. Coming into supine butterfly. Hands and arms by your sides with the palms facing up. And flatten your low spine into the earth. Grounding your sacral chakra. Finding more space in this pose to take even deeper breaths. Filling that tummy. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And straightening one leg out at a time, taking up some room on your mat. Coming into the most important pose of practice. Why did we do all of this? To get to this moment of peace, bliss, stillness. Allowing yourself, gifting yourself these moments. Release your toes, feeling them soften. Your feet are relaxed. Your ankles and lower legs. Knees are softening. Thighs soft. Your hips are heavy and they're sinking deeper into the earth. Your fingers are relaxed and they're curled gently in towards your palms. Arms are relaxed. Shoulders are heavy and soft. Forehead is relaxed. Ears, eyes gently roll towards the back of your head. Tongue falls to the back of your throat. Unclench your jaw. Allow your breath to come and go naturally. Not getting stuck on any thought. Allowing and letting them pass. Enjoy these moments of silence and stillness. Slowly bringing awareness back to your body. Inhale through the nose into the tummy and let it out with the ha, H-A sound. Noticing how this time the ha feels different from the beginning of practice. One more deep inhale, let it out with the H-A ha sound. Wiggling your toes and your fingers. Rotating your wrists and your ankles. And then giving yourself good morning stretches. Arms overhead, pointing your toes. And then hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself one last hug. And then roll to one side. Just pause for a moment. allow all the energy to settle down. And keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up. Coming to find your way to seated. And then opening your eyes for a moment so I can demonstrate this mudra. You're going to bend your thumbs right at the tips. Bring them right side by side. And then cup your hands around your thumbs, making a heart. And then you're going to place that heart right over yours. Close those eyes again. Bow towards your heart, sending it love and gratitude. And we're going to chant 3 Oms to share our love and our practice with the universe. The universe will share its love back with us. Inhale through the nose into the tummy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The divine light in me bows to the divine light in you. Namaste. I hope everybody enjoyed practice, and I hope to see you here for the next Hatha for summer.